What would you do if you were called to do something that nobody understood? What if you were even mocked because of it? If you've ever felt like you're alone in your dream or misunderstood, then this video is for you. So last night I had the privilege of attending the Noah show at the Sight and Sound Theater in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. It was an absolutely great show. I'd highly recommend it for anybody that has the opportunity to get out to see it. It was incredible. But I think there's a few takeaways from that show that I wanted to share with you that I think you might benefit from. And I think it might help you build your success. So the first one that I want to share with you is to build when it doesn't make sense. So what do I mean by that? Well, in the story of Noah, God called him to build an ark. It was very clear to him what God was calling him to do, but it wasn't clear to anybody else because he was the only one that heard it. So I think we can listen to that example in our life by saying, hey, you know what? If I'm being called to do something that others might think's crazy or foolish or something like that, listen to what God's calling you to do, because I think that's ultimately that's what's important. And the next thing I want to share with you is to don't expect others to necessarily understand your calling. I think we know deep down what God's calling us to do and what we're meant to be. Others might not see it. They might not understand what we're being called to do. So that's okay. Like, at the end of the day, you got to live your own calling. The third thing I want you to take away is the importance of long-term faith over short-term results. So see, the ark took Noah and his family decades to build. It wasn't a quick thing. I think some estimates say it took upwards around 75 years to do, which it's crazy when you think about it, right? To stick to something like that for such a long period of time. The results weren't quick at all, right? 75 years to work on something when everybody else is doubting you and challenging what you're doing and telling you you're crazy. It's insane when you think about it. So I think the takeaway that for me, the lesson there is that endurance matters. So whether it's in your career or schooling or anything like that, play the long game. It's not necessarily going to be a quick thing for you. So in the story of Noah, he built the ark before the storm came. He didn't wait. And I think this is a great analogy for us as we look at our careers and our goals and things like that. Like, are you waiting for the perfect moment to start your project or that new job? Or are you taking on what's in front of you without having everything planned out, everything perfect just yet, just taking action? So that's my encouragement for you today, is to just be bold and take that action. Fifth lesson is to start with what you got. So Noah did not go and build a shipyard, right? He had limited resources, and he went ahead and he built the ark with the resources that he had. In the musical, like, he would go and he would go into town to try and find some of the supplies and things like that. But for the most part, he just took action with what he had available. So maybe you've been holding off on starting something, maybe waiting to gather the perfect credentials or things like that. It's like, hey, just oftentimes, at least in my example here with this YouTube channel, like, I didn't wait until I had everything figured out. I just started and I learned along the way. And I think that's the way we should approach things in life. The sixth lesson we can learn from Noah is obedience over outcome. Noah didn't have everything all planned out. He trusted God and trusted that God would deliver what he needed as he went. And that's exactly what happened, right? Whether it was the materials or the labor or the animals. It's pretty neat in the story to hear about how he wasn't sure how the animals were going to get there. How were they going to get two of every animal to come to them and go in the ark? It just happened, right? God provided. and he still built the ark. He didn't wait to say, hey, I'm going to gather 2 of every animal and then go and do it. It's like, no, he went for it without having all that figured out. The 7th lesson I think you can take away from Noah was oftentimes leadership means going first. So in the story, right, Noah heard that calling and he took action straight away. And I think that's a good lesson for us in life in general, right? Oftentimes I would say in leadership, it means going first, taking the initiative. I know that's something I try to do in my life and in my work, right? Don't necessarily be the person who waits for their boss to tell them, hey, this needs to be done. It's like, no, take that initiative, see what needs to be done, and then just do it. Don't wait to be told. And I think if you do that in your career, that's going to separate you from everybody else out there. The 8th lesson we can take away from Noah is that the dove will come eventually. In the story of Noah, the dove kind of represented peace, right? And that in the end, that's what came. That's what came for Noah and his family. Kind of showed him the olive branch and said, okay, here, there's dry land, and now you can go and populate the earth. So no matter what storm you're going through in your life right now, just keep that in mind. Like, the dove came. It took a long time. They didn't know when it was going to come, but no matter what you're going through right now, I think we can take comfort in knowing that there will be a calm after the storm. We don't know when it's going to be. Maybe you're going through some significant challenges right now. If you are, let me know in the comments. I'd love to encourage you through them. But your dove will come, and it will bring peace to you. So what ark do you need to start building in your life right now? Share the things that you're building right now. I'd love to hear about it and encourage you. So go ahead and put that in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more building success tips. Hey. How you doing today? Yep, God bless. All right. Yeah, I try to help out the homeless, I guess, when I can. Feels strange to sit here and talk to you about trusting God and not to help out somebody who needs the help. But anyways, I think that was a big takeaway for me is so in the story, wow, that was loud. So